Hi, my name is Brandon Wallace, CEO of Phaction, the platform that empowers community leaders and change agents through positive impact. Before we begin, I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to learn about my company and how we will change the world. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Jen, a high school teacher, and her brother James, a high school student. In 2020, the unimaginable happened. They're in the middle of a pandemic, bored out of their minds, watching the news to see when they can leave the house again, and they see someone who looks like them brutally murdered on TV. They forget about the pandemic and join millions of Americans in the middle of the street, protesting for change, equity, and most of all, truth. James and Jen make signs, post on social media, and protest over and over, but they don't know if what they're doing is actually making a difference. This causes James to feel anxious, but Jen is inspired to do more. So Jen gives James a pep talk and they start searching for solutions. The problem was that the more they searched, the harder it was to find and engage with opportunities that positively impacted their community. When they did find an opportunity, they kept finding those offered by larger organizations and almost nothing from the smaller ones working at a community level. Still, they felt like they had to make a difference and ended up volunteering for and donating to a nonprofit in their community that they've taken action with in the past. Afterwards, they wanted to see how their action positively impacted their community and changed lives. So they called the nonprofit and even reached out to the local government, but couldn't find a way to track their positive impact or the effect that their actions had on their community. Feeling like their time and money was wasted, James is now depressed, Jen feels hopeless, and their community continues to suffer. James and Jen are not alone. In reality, this issue affects everyone. Due to the impact of COVID-19, nearly a third of nonprofits are in danger of closing within 2 years if they don't find the resources needed to respond to the growing demand for opportunities that drive a positive impact. According to Naomi Camper, though people need help more than ever, nonprofits are continuously being asked to do more with even less. This directly limits the amount of impact nonprofits generate as they try to stretch their resources, volunteers, and funds to help all individuals in need. After months of research and countless discussions, Phaction was born. Phaction is the first social media platform for all individuals and community leaders to control, master, and understand all aspects of philanthropy. Though our solution is developed for the world, we will first engage middle and high schools to build trust at a community level while revolutionizing their current process for reporting student philanthropy. Our solution helps educators save time and money by completely eliminating the archaic paper form process used to pursue community goals and maintain service records. We also provide one place for everything educators need to enhance their funding and curriculums through student-led community engagements and partnerships. Through Phaction, leaders can transform their communities by connecting student interests directly to positive impact. In regards to students, Phaction unlocks the world by providing resources that effectively prepares them for the future to lead communities and shape the world through positive impact. Not only are students empowered, but they have the ability to expand their world beyond their communities and connect what they learn in the classroom to empathy building, life-changing passions and interests. And with that, I'm proud to introduce you to the Phaction app. As soon as you open our app, you can easily find and take action using digital acts of care, or DACs. A DAC is a philanthropic opportunity offered by a verified 501(c) organization. Likewise, connected and DAC posts allow you to stay up to date with positive impact from nonprofits and their communities at any time, from any place. When you're ready, you can use the instant action button to change a life with the tap of a finger. Whether taking action or searching for opportunities, everything you need to master your positive impact can be found through your change agent profile for personal philanthropy or your educational leader profile for student philanthropy. Say you want to do some research before you make an impact. The Discover and Instant Action pages allows members to browse through information and active opportunities organized by social issues and interests. For a flexible experience, the search page can be used to find recent and historical information about community leaders, social issues, and opportunities. Through philopics or philanthropic topics, you can organize credible information through tags based on social issues, locations, and more. Now, I'd like to give you an example. Let's take our friends from before, James and Jen. Change agent profiles allow both of them to engage and track their personal impact. James, though, can connect his profile to his school and share his activity directly to his teachers. As soon as James logs in, He sees an update from a nonprofit in his community and selects their profile to view all public information connected to the nonprofit, including insights about the problems the nonprofit is working to solve. James can also browse through credible information connected to the nonprofit and join others in changing the world by donating or engaging with the nonprofit's active DACs. Since James is a student, he chooses a digital active care to volunteer instead of donating and accesses everything he needs to understand his impact, such as who's affected, what actions are needed, when and where impact will be made, why this is important, and how this will benefit his community. Satisfied with what he sees, he selects the register button, registers for the opportunity, and by selecting student service learning, easily submits the opportunity to be approved by his teachers. After taking action, James is sent an alert to complete a follow-up about his experience. Once completing the follow-up, his activity is shared to his teachers for their service records. James feels good. He took action that he trusts, and now he wants to share it. He visits his user profile to safely and securely share his supported DACs, media, news, research, and more with his community. Before finding more opportunities, James goes to My Philanthropy and views insights about his personal impact, including the effect that his time and actions have on communities. He can also check the status of any opportunity submitted to his teachers, including the hours added to his student record. Since Jen is a teacher, she has a slightly different experience than James. When Jen connects her profile to her school, she's given an educational leader profile for managing all aspects of student philanthropy. Now, let's say that Jen already found a nonprofit approved by her school and a DAC that perfectly connects her students to the real world. Through the nonprofit's profile and respective DACs, she can easily request pre-approval from her school leaders prior to student action and promote approved opportunities directly to her students. All promoted opportunities and DAC completions are displayed through Jen's connected profile. Not only can Jen use her change agent profile to showcase her personal impact, but she can simplify the management of her student philanthropy through her educational leader profile. Using this profile, she shares and promotes the DACs and information that connects with her students learning in the classroom to real-world opportunities that drive a positive impact. Once Gen students register for DACs and take action, their activity is automatically added to her profile. Before logging off, Jen visits her student care page to stay up to date with her students' impact and easily approves and verifies the activities that align with her school's requirements. For all aspects of student philanthropy, Jen has everything she needs to master the educational impact and power of philanthropy. We decided to pursue student service learning because not only does it increase our students' ability to succeed within and outside of the classroom, but with students directly strengthening their communities through positive impact, schools experience increased access to funding and resources that enhance their community presence while creating a positive, lasting impact. I want to tell you about the market. We got into this because the opportunity to amplify positive impact while experiencing exponential returns are huge. Today, 2.5 billion people worldwide engage in philanthropy through Facebook. That's 84% of their user base. In the US alone, 261 million organizations, entities, and individuals are doing what they can to drive positive impact, and this continues to grow by 5% every year. We believe that we can obtain 15% of the market within 5 years and register over 40 million philanthropically active users on Phaction. Our platform is completely free to end users. We lock customers in through a freemium model that includes services such as data licenses and insights packages, corporate consulting services, advertising and marketing services, and a variety of nonprofit services tailored to their budgets. By focusing our efforts on positive impact, we project upwards of $670 million in revenue by 2026. In regards to our competition, platforms like Facebook and Charity Navigator serve a broad audience and make positive impact difficult to understand, achieve, and track. Phaction changes all of this by centralizing philanthropy in a clear, organized, transparent way so you can understand all aspects of positive impact at a community level. So you might be wondering, why are we the perfect team to revolutionize philanthropy? We know the market and the competition. We searched and tried every single solution out there, nothing works. We know how to build a unique solution that people will use. Our general counsel, Mark Wallerson, has over 20 years of experience in the IP space where he reviews cutting edge patents for Fortune 100 companies on a daily basis. We know what it takes to build and scale technical solutions that impact day-to-day life. Our CTO, Kwesi Larby, has experience with consulting small businesses and has spent the past 3 years managing the technological modernization effort for the Energy Information Administration. We know how to scale and market impactful yet profitable products from our previous experiences. I have over 7 years of experience with Fortune 100 companies and quit my job at Microsoft as a program manager in the security space to dedicate my life to positive impact. It also doesn't hurt that the founding team has personal experience with the problem we are working to solve. So now you know who we are, what we're building, and why we're building it. The first version of our patent pending process and solution will release in August, focused on educational institutions and their community partners in DC, Maryland, Virginia, and Massachusetts. Though focused on these regions, our platform will still be open to the public. We are looking for $1.3 million so that we can build fast. We want to develop our platform, scale our team, build relationships, and execute a massive marketing campaign that will bring us our first 4 million users within 12 months. Over 18 months, we project upwards of $7 million in revenue. Our revenue continues to grow exponentially as we scale and expand. Between years 0 and 1, we will focus primarily on middle and high schools, including their community partners. By year 1, we will expand into universities and colleges, and by year 2, we will onboard the entire US population. After year 3, we will scale Phaction into the global market. We are going to change the way that people think about philanthropy. I promise you, Phaction will become a standard and the norm. There's a problem, we have a solution. There's a market, we have a beautiful, unique product, and we've already started gaining traction with schools and nonprofits. So if you'd like to join the philanthropic revolution, if you'd like to help us change the world through positive impact, join us. Thank you. Are there any questions?